Have you heard of ChatGPT? Are you on the train? Maybe you're totally against it. Maybe you're totally for it. But what I know is that how to plan, how to organize, how to dream, how to set your goals for 2025 is flying all over the internet. And I want to help you make it incredibly simple. This episode, I'm going to show you how I am leveraging ChatGPT to help me organize all these big ideas and dreams that I have for my home and for my business right here in this episode. Let's get started. I've been learning how to leverage ChatGPT in my business and in my home for the last year, and I am so excited to show you what I've been playing around with and what I came up with on how to use the completely free version of ChatGPT to get your entire year planned out and organized. Now, it's not going to do it for you. We want this to really come from your own ideas and dreams. So I'm going to walk you through that in this video as well. So if you've ever felt really stuck and unsure even what to plan or how to plan, I'm absolutely going to teach you that here too. So many people don't even set goals because the truth is, and the facts are, that only 9% of people actually complete their New Year's resolutions. So we are not doing that in this episode. I think it's just really important that if you're going to try and move forward to accomplish anything, that it's not just elusive and fluffy and sounds like a good idea. Let's actually get some plans in place so that we can take that small 9% and put you in the top 1% of people that actually follow through. I'm going to go over the main categories and what I think you should be using to help you plan your year and show you what prompts to put into ChatGPT to get it all buttoned up, organized to where you can copy it, print it, and use it this year. I'm Chelsi Jo, and I help moms juggle their home and their business. All things from cleaning and systems and routines in your home, all the way to keeping yourself super organized in your business so that when you sit down in that small amount of time that you have to work, you can actually make a huge impact and consistent income. Let's jump into the very first step that you are going to take in order to plan and organize your goals using ChatGPT this year. Before we dive in, let's talk about why planning actually matters. James Clear says that we fall to the level of our systems, and I obviously really agree. Your goals are only as good as your systems are. For organizing and for achieving them, we have to actually understand that there's things that we should be doing every day, every week, every month routinely in order for us to change and become the person that we say we want to be. I'm going to break this down into 6 easy steps. We're going to do this together. You can workshop this with me right now. We're going to open it up in the back and I'm going to show you what it actually looked like, what I went through inside of my own ChatGPT account so that you can see what prompts you should be typing into. On a side note, if you don't have ChatGPT yet, it's really easy. Just go to ChatGPT, create a free account, and you're good to go. It's that simple. Obviously, we're going to talk about ChatGPT, but the other thing that I want to mention to you is that I really love to use my paper planner. Specifically, this is the Dream Planner by Horatio Printing. I've talked about it in a lot of other episodes that you are free to go and watch, but I'm going to break all of this down into 6 steps, and I do all of those right here inside of my planner. If you don't have a planner, you don't have to do it there. You can do this in a Google Doc. You can do it pen to paper in a journal, and then I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go over some things in ChatGPT too. So let's look at the very first step. Step number 1, if you are wanting to plan with me, and I really do hope that you do this with me, it'd be really amazing. You can pause it and work on it, work through these steps together. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to recap all of your wins from last year. So this is my 2024 praise report. I put all of these things down here that I was really, really, really excited about. Some of them on here. We got to go to Disneyland. My dad's health has been really great. The Montessori school that we really wanted my daughter to go to, she was able to attend. We've had a really great group of 7th grade girls pop up at our church. That's something that we've really been praying for. Gosh, there's so many things on here. We've had healthy kids. My health has been really great. I got this office at my co-working space, which was really fun. I was really excited about that. Got to go to Zion National Park in Utah in the United States, which is really fun. So I want you to just take a minute. The first step is to make sure that we start by being really grateful for what happened last year. And let me tell you, There's a lot of little things that you can be grateful for, even if it seems like last year was like, because a lot of people were like, 2024, we are not doing you again. And we don't want to do last year again if it was good or bad, but let's just make sure that we're practicing a little bit of gratitude. So go ahead and do that. And then let's move into the second step is to assess your fundamental needs. What does this even mean? We're going to take all of this information and we're going to throw it into ChatGPT. So I promise we're getting there. That is actually step number 4. So the second step is we're going to assess our fundamental needs. What is that? Who in the world? What in the world? Fundamental needs system is something that I created to help you know if you are really making sure that you're doing the things that are core and fundamental to sustaining you and helping you grow and helping you thrive as a person so that your home and your business both can succeed. We don't want to set ourselves up to fail by charging hard in one or the other. And so our fundamental needs, if you're using the planner that I suggest, which is the Dream Printing, the Horatio Planner, Dream Planner, then there is a section in here that will take you through this. It actually has an assessment for you right here. But if you don't have this, you can actually get my workbook. The owner of Horatio Printing that created this planner is a dear friend of mine, and she loved the fundamental needs system so much that she put it in her planner. But I actually have a workbook that you can download, and you can go through this assessment. If you're like, meh, not really into it, then what you can do is you can just make sure that you jot down on your piece of paper, what are the core fundamental areas of your life? What are the things that you really want to be pouring into on a weekly basis? Spiritually, physically, financially, professionally, in your home, in your personal life, and as a wife and as a mom. So those are the main areas. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 all together. And I want you to give yourself an assessment, like on a range of 1 to 10, how are you doing with them? We're going to see what's doing really well and see what's not doing as well. That assessment is going to come in handy when we get to the ChatGPT section to make sure that we are not forgetting those core fundamental things as a part of our goal planning for 2025. Okay, let's jump into the next section, and this is where we get to start dreaming. So inside of my planner, or you can just write this down on a piece of paper, it says 2025 bucket list, so like big dreams, right? And in my opinion, which you can write down whatever you want here, I have 6 specific categories, and I'm going to tell you what they are. They are faith, wife, mom, biz. This is personal, so it's technically 5, but right inside of that, it's actually split into home and health. Okay, so you kind of like separate those two out. So I'll go through them again. When we're dreaming of our bucket list, you can go ahead and put down a bunch of stuff, but it's so much easier for me if I can just dream in this one section at a time. So we have faith, wife, mom, biz, home, and health. Those are the major areas where I like to sit and I like to dream. So I want you to just like pop on some music. And if you have your planner, do it right inside of here. Or if you have a piece of paper out, you can draw a circle here. You can draw your little sections. You can make 6 squares on your piece of paper and then start dreaming away. Some of my dreams that I have for 2025 that I can share with you, definitely in like the home / personal section, are making a trip to the redwoods. I really want to go to Northern California and see the redwoods. That's been a dream of mine for a long time. I want to be able to do 5 pull-ups. That's a big goal. I've been working on it. I am not there. I can't even do 1 right now. So hard. Can you do pull-ups? Can you do push-ups? I can do push-ups. I can't do pull-ups. Tell me in the comments if you can do pull-ups. In my faith, I want to be able to know how to do an expository Bible study. That's something that I've just become really interested in lately. As a wife, I want to do a marriage retreat again this year. We didn't get to do it last year, which is a huge part of what I teach actually in one of my programs. And we didn't even do it last year, and we really needed it. As a mom, I want to give more responsibility to my kids, and that's one of them. And then in my business, I want to make sure that I'm only working 20 hours a week and still reach all of my goals. I want to complete every project that I set up for 2025 for my company. I want to complete it by March 1st. That's big. So I'm going to need some systems in place, which I do. But if you have big, lofty goals, it's okay to put them down and dream about them. Here's one really important thing that I want you to finalize. And I've dropped the prompt for this specific exercise in ChatGPT down in the comments. So you can just copy it and paste it into ChatGPT and it will help you tremendously. But part of my prompt is actually part of my method that I teach for organizing your time and making sure that you have your home management really squared away. And so what I want you to really think about right now as you're moving forward, what are those fundamental needs that you declared? I'm going to share mine with you right now so you can kind of get a gist and an idea, understanding of what this might look like. So for me, my fundamental needs are to have a date night, to have meal planning, to make sure that I have family fun outside once a week, to make sure that I have financial meetings, that I have my work blocks, that I have zone cleaning / house projects. And those are all of my fundamental needs, and working out, obviously. I almost forgot that one. So those you're going to want to have squared away and ready to put into this prompt. The other thing that you need to have, according to my planning in ChatGPT, is to make sure that you have identified the routines that you want to establish every single day in order for this to happen. Let's talk about that for a second. Really quickly, if I, again, am wanting to complete, as an example, if I'm wanting to complete all of my work projects by March 1st, one of the routines that I'm going to have are solid work blocks every single day. That I just took care of in my fundamental needs. I need to have a work block for 20 hours a week every single week. Great, that's taken care of. So then when I look at giving my kids more responsibility inside of the big dream that I have for myself as a mom, what does that actually look like? Well, that means that one of the routines that I have every single day needs to include time and space for me to be teaching and to step back and give them more responsibility. I've decided that we're going to really hammer in our job board. My kids don't get chores, they get jobs. They have the opportunity to pick up work, invoice for it, and get paid money so that they learn that you can use your skills and your talents to make money instead of just having a chore that you have to do in order to get paid. This also is a system that I teach inside of one of my programs, which you can get more information about that down in the description as well. But the really fun part is sitting and thinking about, okay, when routinely in my day do I want to be doing all of this? So one of the ways that I know I really want to give my kids more responsibility is in their free time. That is when their job board is going to come in handy. So that means every single day in our after school routine, I need to make sure that I'm providing time and space for them. I don't want to be cramming in extracurricular activities a ton. I want them to have a little bit more responsibility. So I'm going to write that down. This year, it's going to be really important for us to have free space and free time in our after school routine. Great. The other thing, just as one more example for you, is one of the routines that I know that I'm going to have to dial in this year is my faith-based routines, because I said that I want to read more scripture and learn expository Bible studies. So when am I planning on doing that? In my morning routine. And that means my nighttime routine also has to be dialed in so I get enough sleep throughout the night. So I really am going to emphasize this in my prompt. Those routines are really important and that those are going to happen within my time blocks throughout the day. If there's anything that you put down on your bucket list that would require you to complete a big project, like something that you actually have to fix, like in order for my kids to be able to be more independent, I have to build that job board a little bit better than the way that I have it. So that's something that I know that I need to do. So jot that down too and look through your bucket list right now and pull all of that information out. And we're just going to give it all to ChatGPT and it's going to organize it for you based on the prompt that I have. That's what I want you to do right now. When you get done with that, so press pause. When you get done with that, come back and we're going to jump into the ChatGPT section. Okay. So in step number 4, you're going to go down into the description here in this video and you're going to copy paste this entire prompt that I just pasted into ChatGPT. Open up your ChatGPT and type this in. Let's go through it. It says, help me create an actionable goal plan for 2025. Here's the information I want to include. My key categories are wife, mom, faith, business, personal, and health, which you can change these right here to what yours ended up being. We went through this earlier in this episode, right here in this section. So whatever you ended up making your key categories for your goals to be, I want you to put them in right there. Then my fundamental needs for each category are, and you're going to type your fundamental needs in here. Now, if you didn't figure this part out, you can either delete it, which I don't recommend, or you can press pause and make sure that you work through my workbook, my fundamental needs workbook, or through it in the planner if you have one of the 2025 dream planners from Horatio Printing. And then you're going to type them in right here. So this is what it would look like. And so on. Finish typing all of yours in here. The routines that I want to establish are morning routine, nighttime routine, after school routine, and you're going to type yours in here if you identified any based on what your dreams and your goals are. Here's the last part, and this is really important. Projects and or tasks that I need to complete in order to accomplish my goals are what? What did you identify? Well, I know that I have to create a job board. Definitely for sure. I need to do research and create a budget for marriage retreat. And before I actually jumped into this, like I had discussed earlier, I wrote down all of mine in the very back of my planner, kind of just like wrote down this whole list of all of the projects that I need to get completed. And so that's where I dumped that in right here, is you dump them all in, just huge brain dump, put them all in. And then this last sentence says, I want my goals to be structured in SMART goal format and aligned with weekly and daily habits that support my fundamental needs. I'm going to finish filling this in, and then I'm going to show you what populates, and we're going to work through step 5 and 6 from here. As I finish filling in the last few of these, I wanted to make it really clear that you can absolutely, at the end of this, type in, here are my big bucket list dreams, and then type in your big bucket list dreams in here. That's totally fine. But what I want to show you is the magic of this whole process is that it's not really about the big bucket list dream that actually gets us there. Yes, that's important to see, and that's why we're going to create a visual dream board for us to see in another episode. But this part right here is breaking down and organizing what actually has to get done every single day, every single week, and every single month in order for you to become the person that will complete these goals. That's the magic. So let's see what it spits out to us in every single one of these areas. So right now it is formulating all of the SMART goals in each category that I listed: wife, mom, faith, business, and personal. And it's going to spit out some really cool things for me. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to make changes and iterations to this until I dial it in exactly the way that I want it. Honestly, it's going to suggest some things that sound like a really great idea, and it's going to suggest some things that I'm like, no, that was not what I meant. Now, I didn't finish putting in all my fundamental needs, but when you put all of yours in here, it will put all of them in specifically for you, and then it's going to drop in all of your projects based on every single area and organize it for you that way. So this is step number 5. As it finishes doing all of its work here, you're going to see how it puts down weekly and daily habits, all of your projects, fundamental needs, specific routines. It's going to give you a lot of really good juicy information. But step number 5 is to revise. The number one thing that I want you to look at here are the dates. So this information right here, you're going to want to come in here and say, actually, goal, attend a marriage retreat should be in August. Okay. and then line break, and keep doing that all the way through. I want this family creed done by the time I'm going to have some branding pictures done in my house, and I want to make sure that that's there, and I'm having that done in February. So my family creed should be done by February 10th. And then I just want you to keep going through that. Look through every little line and find the exact things that you want it to fix. And then go ahead and hit enter on that bad boy, and it will revise it for you. Once it's 100% dialed in, then we're going to jump into step number 6. Okay, the final step is to go right up top here and hit this little copy button. If you're seeing a different version on your end, it may be this button right here. This is your little copy button. And when you have finally reached your very last version, just open up a Google Doc and hit paste. You can come in and you can make this super cute, super pretty. You can delete out all of the extra parts of this. You can relabel each category if you want, but this is your final draft right here in a really succinct format. And then you can take that out and print it, put it anywhere inside of your planner. And that is what you got. I always like to put mine right inside of here, along with some visual images that I've clipped out and put inside my dream board, which I have another video coming up where I'm going to show you exactly how I designed my dream board inside of Canva to support visually everything that we just went through in this episode. So obviously you can print it out, you can put it on your fridge, you can put it on your nightstand. It's just really important to have a physical copy so that you can be looking at these goals over and over and over and over again. I hope that you utilize this prompt in ChatGPT to help you organize. I hope you go through the process. I also hope that you take a peek at this planner and maybe even get one. If not this one, I do hope that you get a paper planner for yourself this year. With these tools, I know that you're going to do so much more and be so much more productive than you would have been if you would not have done this exercise. So if you found this episode helpful, or if you have any questions, please drop it down below. If you use ChatGPT and use this prompt and it was helpful for you, please let everybody else know so they're encouraged to use it as well. If you want to plan your entire year with me, including all of the tasks that you should be focused on in your business and in your home in order to help you grow more than you have to date, then I would love to see you over inside of Systemize to Scale. You can apply to be a part of that program by heading over to chelsijo.co/systemize to scale. I am so excited to spend the new year here with you on YouTube, and I hope to see you at the very next episode.